Hello everybody, my name's Jim, and this is the first video of what I hope becomes a series where you guys follow along in my discovery journey to find things that I like and maybe discover some things that I didn't know I would like. If you listen to my BookTube newbie tag video, I explained that I just recently started reading in 2020. I haven't read too many books up until this point, but this year I really want to press down on that accelerator and read through as many books as I possibly can this year. I did 12 last year, and I've already read 2 this month. So I'm on a nice track. I'm not putting that pressure on myself though. So if I don't really meet the goal that I set for this year, which is again 12, I'm not going to be too pressed about it, but I do hope that I will at least have enough content to maintain this channel on a regular basis, hopefully. But yeah, I want you guys to come along on that journey with me. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about memoirs because I originally did not expect to enjoy them. But because I started reading historical fiction and I enjoy the realness of it, I decided to give memoirs a try. And last year, I read Unfollow by Megan Phelps-Roper, which was super intense. And I would love to review that for this channel at some point, but I let my mom borrow the book, so I have to go to her house to pick it up and bring it back to mine. But after reading I'm Glad My Mom Died, it just hit me that I really enjoy a good memoir. Obviously, I don't think that I would be able to read memoirs back to back to back because, of course, if it's worth writing a memoir, there are obviously going to be some heavy topics involved. Both Unfollow and I'm Glad My Mom Died were drenched in heavy topics. I'm Glad My Mom Died was humorous and it was written exceptionally well, and I laughed a few times, I cried a few times, but despite the humor cushioning the blow from the heaviness of what Jeanette McCurdy talked about, the book was still very heavy, and I don't think that I could read a memoir so shortly after that. So I'm not even expecting to read another memoir in February. I might read one in March. I have 3 on my radar right now. I don't really have a TBR. I watched Reading This Life's video about what kind of reader you are, and I'm definitely a mood reader. I cannot make myself set a strict reading schedule with books on a list that I have to follow, but I do have some memoirs, like I said, on my radar. I have You Can't Be Serious by Cal Penn, I have Wildflower by Drew Barrymore, and I have The Bedwetter by Sarah Silverman. I picked these 3 books because these are people that I admire and people that, if they have something to say, then I'll listen to it. And I think that they have very strong, impactful stories to tell, and I look forward to reading all 3 of these books at some point, hopefully this year. After reading Unfollow and I'm Glad My Mom Died, it opened my eyes and unlocked this empathy, I guess, inside me where I feel for these people who are writing the story. I put the celebrity aside, doesn't matter to me. These books were written on a very personal, deep level, and I know that some people, and this happens all the time with memoirs, they say that it's just a cash grab. You wrote a memoir because you're a has-been, you don't make money anymore, so you have to write a book to make money. I don't agree with that, and I don't really like that sentiment. If you read Jeanette McCurdy's memoir, especially, in some places it comes off as educational, to open your eyes to abusive situations, realize what's toxic in your life before it's too late. Unfollow is very similar to that. It follows the same trend where you need to have your own opinion, your voice needs to be heard. Don't let other people control your life. Both of those memoirs follow sort of that same theme, but with obviously different circumstances. I don't see them as cash grabs. I think they are very impactful. I think they are important. I don't want to say that I find joy in reading them, but there is that bit of a comfort where if you read about someone's life and you understand their struggles and you empathize with them, there is a connection there where it's like, maybe my life isn't so bad, or wow, I really feel for this person because I've experienced this too. And you can do that a lot easier with a memoir because it's real. They're writing about their life, and nobody knows your life better than you do. So when you read that and you make those connections, I don't want to it's weird. And just using Megan Phelps-Roper's Unfollow as an example, reading her memoir, it unlocked some feelings inside me where I have felt a little bit trapped in the church, and having to ask questions and question things that people were saying. I do want to get more. I don't know if I really should get into this now or when I review the memoir or ever, but there was a lot that I could relate to with her memoir, and it just it touched a spot. I felt for her, and I don't think I've cried so much reading a memoir as I did with her, just because I felt that she understood me. Of course, I was never in a religious cult or anything like that. It was never, a forced situation, but there were a lot of questions there at some point, and I'm trying hard right now to push back emotions because it is still raw, and I needed that memoir to get through a really tough time. And I don't think that I could have gotten that from another book had it not been someone's real life and someone explaining, like, this is what happened to me. She never, again, she doesn't know me personally, and so she never had the opportunity in her memoir to say, like, I get you, I understand. But the way that the memoir was written, she did get me. She did understand me. If she and I were to talk, she would be able to understand what I was going through on a much smaller level than what she dealt with and what she had to fight. So that's why I have discovered that I enjoy memoirs, and that I am looking into more that I think I would like from celebrities, from people that I respect, that I look up to, whose voices matter to me, and who I know have gone through similar histories that I have gone through. So yeah, I do want this to become a series, and I want to know what you think about this, whether I should continue it, whether you would be interested in following me on this discovery journey. And also, what are some things that you are finding about yourself that you didn't know? You're always discovering something new, and I would just be curious to know what you guys are finding about yourselves that you didn't know before. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I've been Jim. You've been great. Happy reading.